Okay, so in this series, we are going to be talking about Azure Solutions Architect questions. And I think through the questions, we can really learn a lot and gain a better understanding about the technology and how it works. So this is going to be a series which will allow you to understand each explanation and answer and why it is the way it is. So let's start. Here's a question. The first question is, you need to ensure that credit card numbers or any personal information in an Azure SQL database are protected from exposure to users that are not supposed to see this information. What should you use? Okay, so we have to make sure that any private information like credit card numbers or debit card numbers are not exposed. Would it be A, dynamic data masking, B, transparent data encryption, C, SSL? So let's start here. Why it is, the answer is the way it is. So the answer in that situation would be dynamic data masking. Look at the word dynamic data masking. It's masking the data. So it's basically helping to protect any sensitive data that is in the Azure SQL database by controlling how it's exposed to the people that are not supposed to see it, right? So it masks the sensitive data. It kind of puts like a cover or blanket on it. It masks the sensitive data in real time when the data is queried, while still allowing privileged users full access to the data. Even though it's masked, you can still access that data, okay? So that's really amazing that you're still in real time able to access the data, and still, it's still secure. So that's the answer, but let's also find out why it wasn't transparent data encryption. So if you don't know, transparent data encryption is used to encrypt the entire database at rest. Okay? And in this case, the entire Azure SQL database would be secure. And it protects it from unauthorized access to the physical storage. Protecting basically, non-privileged users to access the database, but it does not control how the data is appearing while the query is being used. So transparent data encryption is important to make sure that at rest everything is secure, but it's not really, the question is asking how we're going to be sort of protecting it from exposure. SSL and TLS are also not the answer. You have to understand SSL is a secure socket layer and TLS is a transport layer security. These are protocols, and their job is to make sure that during transit, the data is encrypted, it's protected, it's secure. So no bad people can access it, right? So it basically ensures that communication between one client server to another client server, whenever they're sending data, the TLS and SSL are there so they can protect it and encrypt it and turn the data into mumbo jumbo, so it has to be decrypted for people to understand it. But they do not directly mask or restrict data access, okay? Because the question focuses on protecting the credit card numbers from non-privileged users. In this case, DDM is the best choice. So to sum it up, SSL and TLS protect data in transit by encrypting it. When a server one's like, hey, I want to talk to server 2. So they talk to each other, but their communication is so private and in a secret language. And in TDE, transparent data encryption, it basically encrypts the entire database at rest, so no bad person can access the physical storage. So in this case, DDM, dynamic data masking, is the right answer because it protects the sensitive data and how this information is exposed and sort of, shown in the database, really.